Hi, we're having a quick look at STO on the ASX. I've brought this back out into a quarterly chart, 13 weeks, and I just want to be able to get some trend lines on the chart so that we can see where we have got some areas of support. If we come off the lows in 99 and 202, and then if we do again in 206, picking up the 208 low. Now we see that we've still got quite a bit of room there to be able to drop. We can put crosshairs up, and we see that to come down into this trend line we're talking 1150 roughly. Now what I would rather do is try and put another trend line. We'll just make it so it's got the same angle, and then we'll try and pick it up. Yeah, I did have it there, and then we can move it across underneath those two, and now we see that we can actually see some support, seeing at that 1275 mark. What I'll now move on to is looking at the resistance lines and what we need to be able to break. I see this blue line, which is the 50% of that high, coming right back through to this low. Now these lows are going to be dropping off, and this blue line is now turning north, but this is a strong resistance point. It's been sitting there, so we're going to put one there at 1376, so that 1380 mark is an important area. Now I'm also looking at this line here at 1572. It's showing essentially the average between those two there, your high and your low of recent times. Now this one here has dropped off some of these lows and is now working off that, so I'm wrong. That 50 there is working off your low going back to 2006, or started to February 2007. This is the current one, which is sitting at 1618. So that's how I would draw a framework for looking at STO. It's a quarterly chart, it's a long way out. Let's move into a weekly chart. We get to see that these trend lines have now come into action. I don't like how we're below the cloud with that recent spike that you spoke of that came up and tested that red line that's dropping down. If we move into, and my lag line is nested in here in amongst the candles, so it's trying to make a decision. No, it's in there, out. It's out, it's clear. So things aren't looking strong for STO, and we're looking for the support line to hold. And now we see that we've went recently up, and now we need to be able to hold at 1330, and we've currently just dropped below it. So all that you can work on now is you can break one, but you can't break two. So we bring the candles in, and we see that we're breaking one, and your next ones are down here, which is that 1170 mark. Beyond that, she could go into quite a run. There's not a lot of support underneath, and that's why I had to draw out into the quarterly chart to try and find some trend line support. Hope that was of some assistance. Thank you.